All right. Hello and welcome back to another Eliminator Picks stream. The second of what's probably going to be three of these today as we march through these glorious Eliminator picks. Let me make sure everything is properly and then we will get right into these picks. Huzzah. We're ready to go. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Alrighty. So we got 12 minutes on these first picks. So you're going to have to get through them quickly. Not too quickly, though. 12 minutes is still plenty of time. We started with Scatabo, Warren, St. Brown, Devonta Smith, Luther Burden. Wow. Brock Bowers. This isn't really a team that looks like one of my teams, if that makes sense. Pciking says, take Blake Corum. I think it is accurate in saying that I want a running back. Although, that would be a lot of week 10s. I see why it wants Corum. I think my response to that is, why do we want Corum? Like, what's the goal of Corum? Compared to a Washington running back or something. Yeah. So I'm just going to go Jaden Reed here. Because I know what the upside is if you're Jaden Reed. He could be running in 2 wide receiver sets, in theory, even though they haven't done that yet and have said that they're not doing that. But he's also a better baseline, I think. Yeah. But yeah, I once again, I'm just going to quickly plug the fact that we've got Squib Fantasy tonight. No idea what is actually going on for the stream. All I know is that I will be there starting at 8:30. So I've heard some rumblings of preseason who he play for, in which case I will be getting absolutely embarrassed because I don't know. Who cares? I have not clicked a single ounce of preseason season DFS, and I don't plan to. So I'll continue thinking about players that are actually relevant to fantasy. Yes. We're back here. Started Bijan, Hall, Irving, Collins, T-Mac, Marvin Harrison. My ranks and the kick both say DK Metcalf. So let's fire away DK Metcalf. Hope this Mike McCarthy offense is better than we're expecting. It's the 4.3. Kick says Scatabo. We started Henry Lamb Flowers. I think we just grabbed T. Higgins here. No need to fully capitulate to these absurd running back prices. I say as I'm probably about to capitulate to some absurd running back prices because I don't want to take Quentin Johnston. Quentin Johnston is a terrorist. Fantasy terrorist, to be clear. Yeah, I think we'll pull RJC exposure up. I think my ranks are the way I feel, and I think I'm willing to stand by them. Another patented top 3 start of Lamb, Henry, Jacobs. On the way, choo-choo. And we're doing it again. Lamb, Henry, Jacobs. Especially when ETN's not an option. Continue to click on Jacobs. Here we started St. Brown, Rice, McConkey, Burden, Bowers. Kick says Tony Pollard. This is the sort of team where I may be like, fine, I should take some running backs. I'll take Tony Pollard. So I'll take Tony Pollard. Fine. I want to live a little, but I can't live that much. Can only live a little. My ranks say Devontae Adams. Not so why not? Like just one overlapping buy should be fine. Get a strong 4th receiver. Should be fine. This guy went running back. So we are not getting Ramondre or Jalen Warrens. We'll get a third receiver here. With Jacobs, we can go ahead and get Christian Watson. I'm curious if I have any teams that are exactly like this through 6. It's entirely possible, I think, because I get a lot of Derrick Henry Jacobs start. I get a lot of Lamb. Like T. Higgins is probably the odd man out in that little grouping, would be my bet. We're here at the 38, and we're choosing between Jalen Waddle and Emeka Egbuka in theory, T. Higgins with Jefferson on the team, and Lamb McConkey. I think I go Lad. I've been taking a lot of Waddle. I think Lad is someone that I'm reasonably happy to be well indexed into. Like being just indexed into this Chargers offense feels good. And the other picks don't make sense. So it's a good time to be indexed into that. All right. Time to mute Discord because that is annoying. It's always funny when I hop into a Discord call after muting Discord for a stream and I'm like, why can't I hear anything? Started Puka Brown. I'm going to go Neighbors. Because, again, I don't know what's up with him randomly nuking his ADP back down to 42. But I think I want to continue to be taking him at the 2-3 turn and not worrying about what the hell underdogs are doing. Started Henry Etienne, Jefferson, Olave, Tyler Warren, and I don't see a reason not to click Carnell Tate here. Like, I like Odunze, don't get me wrong. But if I have about the same with both of them, I know I've been actively targeting Odunze. Let's get some more Carnell Tate because he's another person that I want to be overweight on. Man, it's going to be really hard to convince me not to take Josh Downs, especially when we have these 2 weeks, these 2 problematic weeks expires, and I probably get JCM or Rashad White come back to me. Yeah, we'll take Josh Downs here. We didn't get Tyler Warren. We'll grab Josh Downs. Keep these Colts patch catchers top of our mind. I like Jaden Reed more than Chris Godwin in a vacuum. But I have no Godwin and no Egbuka. So this is really me saying I think the Tampa Bay offense is going to be really just shitty, which I'm not as confident in as my exposures would say. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some Chris Godwin. When the right players are taken ahead of him, I'm happy to grab some. Or really, because I have a bunch of Bucky that Tampa Bay's offense mainly goes through the ground game, which I think is more reasonable. At the rough spot here where we can't really justify Mike Evans, which is annoying. So we'll take Bucky here. And like that should bring Burden down. You know, we just take Tootin here and we stop at 4. Like we haven't been doing a ton of these like very, very robust RB strategies. I'm happy to click a couple more of them. Kick says Demont. My ranks say Lad. This team's going to have a pretty hard wall. Not a hard wall, but it's going to be rough to get past 13 regardless. So let's just try and get this team to week 13 and then pray, I think. And I think Lad does a better job at that than Demont. It's saying Jadarian Price over Lamar. I say miss me with that shit. Here at 92, JCM top of the kick. Sorry, not top of the kick. Top of my ranks. QJ falling to 92. I mean, we're getting close to the point where I would consider taking him. I think the actual pick's Purdy, though. Like, I think one of Rashad White, JCM is very likely to come back to me. I need a quarterback. Purdy seems like a pretty good quarterback to have. I think he's both undervalued and sets up well with McCaffrey. So that feels nice. We're here at 106. Rashad White is still not off the board. That's, I think, a slam dunk pick. Like, even if he's the RB2, he's still probably going to have a decent amount of pass game stuff. And even if he doesn't, He's got good contingent value at 106. And I'm assuming not 0 standalone. So here we started Drake May, Jalen Hurts, Brees Hall, Chase London, T Mac, Colston Lovely. What a whack ass picks. We'll take JCM here, believing in the coach speak. This is one of our Genty Bowers teams. I think we'll take ETN. I guess it's theoretically more likely that Jacobs comes back to us, but yeah, we got the entire Raiders offense. Now we're gonna start trying to monopolize the New Orleans offense as well. Get some Olave plus Juwan Johnson with all this Jordan Tyson nonsense going on. Here we started Bijan, Bucky, Brown, Rice, Evans. Kick says Jalen Hurts here. Yeah, sure. Top of my ranks, top of the kick, absolutely. No arguments there for me. Here at the 10.8, started with Dak going McCaffrey, Ramondre, Dobbins, White. Probably still need another running back there. Not sure that we need Chris Rodriguez, though. And then at receiver, we started London, Rice, Waddle, Burden. Dobbs is not crazy with the Ramondre thing. I don't hate Dobbs. I also don't hate Golden. I feel like Golden's like in a vacuum the better pick. I'm trying to think how much this Dobbs correlation means to me. I'm also trying to think if there's any reason for me to take either of the quarterbacks, and there's not. Like, if for nothing else, I think if I'm tied, I'm going to go Golden because it's more likely I get Dobbs back, and I think I would appreciate both of them. I also might appreciate some C-Rod there. Okay, so we'll go Golden. Starting X receiver on a really good offense, hopefully. Yeah, Jaden Reed to go with Jacobs this time instead of Christian Watson feels really nice. Not going to be getting a bunch of Fannin, unfortunately, because I have a bunch of other picks. Puka Bowers, sure, absolutely. Not hard to get me to take Brock Bowers. We started Herbert, Achane, Stevenson, Harvey, St. Brown, Flowers, Waddle, Burden, Diggs. I think if we click Dobbs, we might be done at receiver. Very possible that we end up being done at receiver here. St. Brown, Flowers, Waddle, Burden, Diggs, Dobbs seems perfectly fine as a group. And we will need to be jamming the other positions in this draft, which we expect when we have a bunch of these 0 RB teams that we're going to be done with 6 a lot of the time. Kick is saying Pollard over Warren. Lamar, Jacobs, Lamb, Waddle, Bowers. Nah. I'm going to disagree. Or no, because there's no way he's coming back. Yeah, we'll take Jalen Warren. I was going to say, if we could get Pollard plus whatever the heck his name is, Carnell Tate, then I'd be interested in exploring that perhaps, but not the way we got it set up. Here we started Achane, Scatabo, Dowdle, Harvey, St. Brown, Watson, Tate, McBride. Kick is suggesting Purdy. My ranks are Purdy by a landslide. So we'll go ahead and take Purdy. Here at the 21, we started CMC from the 4. And we will get Drake London here as our second pick. CMC London. Not great, not terrible. Just sort of there. We took Jahmyr Gibbs at the 2, London, and then pulled Rice way the fuck up. Yeah, I'm pretty even on Judkins versus Bucky, and Bucky has better bye weeks for us. Hoping to get Mike Evans on the way back. Here we started Genty Henry McBride. Vlad feels like the clear pick here. Last receiver in a tier for me. Feels pretty nice. Here we started Chase, London, Neighbors, Waddle, and we are like staring down the barrel of a bunch of receivers. Really wish Quinshon Jenkins fell to us. Can't really justify taking any of these receivers. Like, this would be the like Terry spot if Terry wasn't like absurdly overpriced. Could also be the Lamar Jackson. We're getting a lot of Lamar Jackson. So screw it. More burden. This is a Puka Hampton team. We went Rice, Higgins, Evans. I think Drake May here is correct. If we're trying to slam in one of these running backs and then hope one of Dowdle, Dobbins, or Brooks falls to us. Yeah, because when the next quarterback is Drake May is Joe Burrow, I think. That's when you're like, yeah, I'm happy to take Drake May here. Here at 67, we started McCaffrey, Rice, Wilson, Evans, Bowers. Lots of Bowers. We got so much Bowers. It's a decent fall on Pollard. This is also the style of team where I don't necessarily need to be going elite quarterback when I'm already gone elite tight end. So I'll go ahead and accept that Pollard's the right structural pick here. I'm going to be shocked if I don't just snap pick Harvey here. Lamar, Scadwell, Pollard, St. Brown, Rice, Metcalf, Bowers. What a gift to be given RJ Harvey here. An absolute gift. Probably going to take RJ Harvey again, actually. Kenneth Walker, CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Rome Odunze, Trey McBride. Yeah, this is an RJ Harvey team. Because I'm going to probably another running back as well. One of the Washington ones here with my next pick. At the 6-7 turn, we started Gibbs, Bucky, 2, Collins, Neighbors. We just go BTJ and DK Metcalf. Very, very tidy group of receivers there. Now, we're not as worried about the week 6 bye. Perfect. And we're done. That was a nice, quick one. Really got those picks firing. I think because I'm going to be doing more streaming on the Script channel and then more streaming even after that tonight on my own channel. Probably just a quick one right after the Script. I think I'm going to let that be all for today and just say thank you very so much for stopping by. If you're watching this back, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later tonight. Bye-bye.